This is Moreno Valley Updates, March 3rd to March 9th. This is Steve.
This is Danny.
And this is Tyler.
Our driver of the week, we're going to go with Leslie Armstrong. He's here in Moreno Valley on the extra board. Leslie is one of our three guys that has the hazmat endorsement, so that comes in handy, which is Old Dominion. Is that what it is, Danny?
Correct.
Yeah, when we occasionally got a backup, Leslie is our guy. For new hires, we will have David Wolf coming on here in Moreno Valley on the extra board. And one new hire, he actually started. Tyler, if you want to introduce yourself.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Tyler Holt. So you're aware, I'll be the new safety supervisor from Walgreens Moreno Valley. So if anybody needs anything, feel free to always reach out. So you all are aware, too, I do have the same phone number as Enrique Garcia used to have, as Rashad used to have. So feel free to call me on that number anytime if you need anything. Also, just wanted to say thank you to Danny and Bernito on my first week. They were extremely helpful, getting me up to speed with everything that Walgreens wants and all the different protocols you guys follow. So big shout out to them. Thank you, guys.
Right, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, birthdays this week. Daryl Peoples on March 7th. It's happy birthday, Daryl. Our anniversaries, Jose Gomez is going to be on March 3rd. And I forgot to look up how many years that is. He might be 15. It's been a while. Let's go to the weather. Los Angeles, low chance of rain this week, and temperatures looking very mild, so not a sweaty one. Las Vegas, also low chance of rain, and good temperatures, not mid 60s. Phoenix. For the past couple weeks, it was hitting low 80s. It looks like a little bit cooler with only in the mid to high 70s and low chance of rain. Not looking like it's going to be windy either. Salt Lake, looks like Thursday possibility, Wednesday night, Thursday possibility of snow, but otherwise warming up. Our injuries, we have no injuries this week. We're at 25 days injury-free. For accidents, we did have one accident this week. I want to bring up close quarters. We talked about that last week. Identifying your hazards. And in this particular accident, I feel there was a distraction that was part of the root cause. And it was, I believe, from getting overwhelmed by being late. The relay driver had a flat tire, so leaving the yard late. Then there was an accident on I-10, so even late. So the driver gets here flustered, overwhelmed. So Danny, if you want to chime in, you've had those days where you're behind, things are not going right. What do you do?
Well, Steve, in that case, you gotta keep your calm. What in that case, if I have a flat tire or any kind of breakdown, I communicated with dispatch, and as soon as I do that, obviously calling roll service first if that's the case. In this case, if you get delayed in accidents, you want to call the store. If you're running late, call the store. As you mentioned in the previous video, they can dial 77 and wait a couple of seconds, then dial 2 for the front of the store. If nobody answers, it's not the end of the world. Just, start driving, give it another shot in about 15, 20 minutes after, depending on how late you're running. Obviously, notifying dispatch. In most cases, depending on the store, you'll be able to catch up with your time. So usually when that happens, in my particular case, I don't really stress about it. I just make it work, I'll try to catch up. If that store holds me up even longer, notify dispatch, and hopefully the next store, you'll be able to catch up. Tyler, he pulled up on one of my stores on Thursday, and I had a delayed. I was ahead of the game by an hour on the first one. That was the second one was also fast. The third one's the one that pretty much put me down 45 minutes. But by the time I was done with my last store, I was still done 20 minutes early because they were up to speed. So don't stress, don't stress. There's always a chance for you to catch up, notify dispatch, notify the store. The store, like I said, if the store's not open, dial 77, then the 2, and just let them know, hey, I'll be there. Give them an ETA, more or less how what time you're gonna get there. That way, they're ready for you, pretty much.
Right. So when you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, maybe you're behind schedule, things aren't going right. So as Danny is saying, just think about what the next steps are and how you're going to get through them. Instead of just, feeling like everything's on top of you, just what's the next step? What's the next step? And you're just calmly going to get through it.
Correct. Looking at this picture, Steve, it looks like that ground was really, really soft. Either way, something like that, it's just going to hold you up. So that's why it's important to be patient. Take your time backing up. If you have to get out and look, get out and look. That way, it avoids an accident. Because once you get into an accident, especially something like this, now you're wasting more time. And we all, like I mentioned previously, we all want to make it home.
Yes. Tyler, do you want to add anything?
No, nothing for me right now.
For accident reports, the accident report can now be filled out in Luma. And if you look at the picture here, if you go to My Progress, you hit that, you'll see available forms at the bottom, accident report. You can pull it up, fill it out. It won't let you send it until you have filled out everything on it. And most of you know that when you fill out an accident report, you want to fill out everything. Because if it was, a bump at a store against a yellow pole, when you fill that accident report out, if you want to get every blank, because if somebody looks at that 2 years from now, they're not going to know what happened except for what you wrote down. And if there's blank spaces, and this has happened, a car says, "Oh, Walgreens truck hit me at this store." If that accident report shows, nope, it was just the trailer and a yellow pole, and that was it, no car. So that's the reason why you want to fill everything out. So once again, in Luma, go ahead and take a look. You'll see it. My Progress, look at the bottom. You'll see the accident reports. Our announcements this week. The heat-related illness training is in Luma. You want to get in there and get that done. And we all know it only takes a few minutes to do it. Even though these things, we know it, but it's good to look at it again, remind yourself of what you need to do to keep from getting hot and passing out in a trailer. That's all I have for this week. Danny, you got anything to add?
No. For those drivers driving in the snow and the rain, stay safe. It does get slippery out there.
As bad storm up north.
Not only that, not only driving part, also getting behind that trailer too. It gets slippery, especially when it's wet.
Very slippery. Tyler, you want to add anything before we sign off?
One thing I got to add is I just wanted to say, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. Looking forward to going out to all the different sites. Hopefully meeting all the drivers here soon once we get up and running.
All right. Talk to you next week.